Happy Friday and happy week of respect if you're in New Jersey. So this week was a crazy week for me. A lot of stuff went on, including Week of Respect. And of course, you know me, I revamped my entire Week of Respect lesson because I always like to do that stuff and engage the kids in authentic, meaningful activities. The focus of this video really isn't to talk about my Week of Respect. It's actually to talk about my very first, dun dun dun, observation of the year. I was really stressed about it. Probably because the observer was coming in on something that I just was like, this isn't very exciting. And so I always get the question from teachers like, what do you do when your observer comes into like a not exciting like review session or lesson? And so I thought this would be a good video to talk about what I did. So to review, my district focuses a lot on like differentiation and like how can we meet the needs of all the students in our class. And so I kept that in mind. I also wanted to do something like metacognitive. So what I decided to do was I gave the kids a list of topics that, you know, we talked about for our electrons and atoms and light unit. And so I had the kids rank their comfort level with answering questions about a particular topic. And so the topics that I designed questions for was orbital notations and electron configurations. These were phenomena-based questions, and then these were calculations with electromagnetic radiation and properties of waves. And so basically when I had the kids rank their comfort levels, I then had the kids get up and go to their respective areas as far as, you know, what they needed to work on for the day. They were able to write their answers on the back of, you know, I actually gave them a little study guide thing, and I, gave them the learning objectives and things that they should be able to do. But then on the back, they had some space that they could write the answers, or alternatively, they could use a blank piece of paper. And I'll tell you, it was awesome. Like, this was the first time, and I was really nervous because I didn't know how it was going to go. Because the kids are still, I mean, we've only been in school like a month and a half. And so I've been kind of nervous, like, you know, are they going to be receptive? Because I finally said to them, like, to kind of premise what we were doing, I said, you know, you guys spend so much time answering questions that you already know how to do. Why are you wasting time doing that? I mean, yeah, it's a confidence boost. I get it. Like, that feels good that you know how to do something. But at the same time, it's like, that's a waste of time. It's just not a smart thing to do. And so we really want to engage you in content that you're struggling with. So that way, when it comes time for the test, you're going to have a better idea of what's going on. And so my students, I guess, took the advice because there were students at all different areas of the classroom. There were some students working on the green, the blue, and the yellow. I would say more than anything, the phenomena-based stuff always gets them. And in hindsight, I probably should have had a third set of blue cards, but I just didn't have it. But it's fine. It was, like I said, it was the first time. But it was great to see the kids get up and go to the areas that they struggled with the most. They actually like listened to what I said and they internalized what we said, and it was really great. And what I like so much about the task cards is the kids have choices about how they work too. So they can work together with their peers, or they could simply just come up and grab a card and go to a different location. And so it was really good, I think, for the observer to see the autonomy that existed in the class and the students taking like more responsibility for what they're doing in class. And it was just really engaging, like for the kids to hold up the cards and say like, do you know how to do this? And so that collaboration piece was pretty cool. All in all, I think it went well. I will say I did have my post-conference today, and my observer was very happy. Like, they thought it was very innovative and a really great approach to review. So I'm glad that, you know, I did this and I tried something and we're on the same page, and I definitely would do it again. But I think I need to look at the data. I need to see what my kids did last year and see if there's any change in the scores this year. That way we can kind of find more of a basis for like, hey, I should do this every unit. It is a lot of work, but I think it's worth it because now this is something that I have, you know, forever that I can use with my students all the time. Task cards are also great, especially if you're doing something in class. You can just kind of throw one at one of the kids and say, hey, try this question. Well, with that said, I hope you had an amazing week with your students. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. This nice fall weather is finally here, and I will check in with you next week.